If you want to grow, you have to accept that you're not special.
You are special though, Charlie.
My mum said that exact thing to me on the weekend.
You're my favorite Charlie. So what do you mean by this? What do you mean?
A lot of people, not myself, I've only seen this in others, never in me, will come up with this idea that their circumstance is so special that what works for other people won't work for them.
Yeah. And they look for excuses as to why it won't work.
Completely. So there'll be a book that someone will read and be like, "This." We'll just use an example here, right? So imagine there's a weight loss book, and you read this book, and then it's like, here's the recipe to lose weight. Someone will then read that and go, "Oh, but that won't work for me because of X, Y, Z."
Because I got a kid.
You don't understand, Grant. My business is different, right? I've got this stuff going on, and there's all this. Like this couldn't work for me. And when you look at your circumstances as truly unique, right, the mindset you take on with that is that, well, none of the existing solutions will work.
Yeah.
Because I'm too different. I just doubt that's true.
There's very few of us that are actually blazing a trail that hasn't been blazed before. Like we're literally all doing the same thing.
But it's a limiter on growth. Huge limiter on growth.
Why do you feel that is? Like so there's been this concept in a book that I think it was The Psychology of Money that has kept rerunning in my mind, which is fascinating, around how us as a society, we have solved a lot of problems before, right? Like there are a lot of solutions to generate more leads. There's a lot of solutions to save money in operations. There is a lot of solutions to all of these things. But for some reason, people believe that there is something else that they need to do, right? And like the example in the book was making money. No one believes like it. Like they always try to find new ways to make money, right? Or generate more wealth. And they're like, but why? Like why is there no hard and fast rule for this? So my question to you is like, why do you feel that in a society where maths problems can be solved, science can solve other things, like there are solutions to almost every problem out there already existing, why do you think the business owners always default to, I'm unique, my situation is so specific that no one else has solved it before?
Because if you're looking for evidence of that, it's easy to prove it. And I'll give you an example. Like, have you ever felt that you're different, Grant, because you're a business owner compared to people that work a job?
Muggles, yeah.
I'm going to stop saying that. I think it's highly offensive, but I'm with you. We are the magical people in the world.
Yeah.
All right, so you're different. And then I'll go, okay, so even compared to business owners, do you think you're different than business owners that are maybe in the USA?
We are different, yes.
All right, now you got 2 layers of different. Now there's like, well, is your type of business different to other people's type of business?
Well, especially because I think that I've got like a moat, some kind of unique sales proposition that would define me as unique. The answer would be yes.
We're finding a lot of evidence here. So what about like, we'll go even further and it's like, let's pretend there's someone in Australia that has the same type of business as you, but they did it 10 years ago.
Well, they didn't do it now, Charlie.
Well, why would anything they did work for you today then? It's a different time.
The internet's here now. They didn't have the powers of the internet.
They can't use the blockchain.
No, don't get me started how they can't use blockchain.
Did they have ChatGPT? I don't think so.
No. They didn't have any AI.
So all of that leads you to believe in that case there that it's like, well, you are different. And truthfully, so you are. But the difference I look towards there is that it's an unhealthy proposition to take into growth. Because if you believe you're so different that none of the existing solutions will work for you, then what chance do you have?
Yeah, because it also means that then you won't try anything, which means then you won't change because you're looking for a silver bullet that doesn't exist.
Can I go even further?
Let's go deep. Matrix level.
Let's go deep. In what I just said, that would be tactic searching. So yeah, the tactics to grow a company would be very different today than they would be 30 years ago. Right? Go 50 years ago, make it even more different. It doesn't mean the principles below that wouldn't work. So sometimes when it comes to things, like we'll look to like the tactic and not the deeper levels of it. So we shut down this whole game that can be played and just go, well, that won't work for me. That won't work for me. Like and when we approach a solution to that, well, that mentor wouldn't work for me. That course wouldn't work for me. again, we've just lost all growth.
It's funny when you come back to what is it, like first principles to actually understand. Like, what do you mean that the world will stop wanting to lose weight, Charlie? Like, the second the world wants to stop losing weight.
Weight loss is another interesting one, right? They keep trying to find new ways, a new diet, a new thing to do it. When it's like, people have always been able to lose weight, right?
Yeah, but people don't like. This has been fascinating in sort of the marketing world. People don't like blaming themselves for where they are. So it must be something else, Charlie. It must come back to me being special. I cannot be me not doing the thing or not eating healthy or not working out.
Completely.
It's something else because I am special. It's funny, like picking this more apart always reminds me of the value of like first principles, of the value of coming back to like the raw strategy versus tactic chasing. Like why? What is the
Could I tell you a funny story of this one?
Okay.
All right. So when I was into cycling and I'm racing bikes, right? So this is something I'm very, very into. One of the things I led myself to believe is like I'm quite tall. I'm 6 foot. I'll say I'm just under 6'3". Right. And I used to build up all these reasons why a lot of cycling training wouldn't work for me because a lot of the guys are like tiny. They're like 5'10". I was like 15, 20 kilos heavier than a lot of these guys. So I would like look at training for the hills. It's like, well, that won't work for me because I'm taller and heavier than everyone else. I have to do this differently. Do you know what worked really well for me?
Doing what they were doing.
Doing what they were doing.
Yes. How funny.
Yeah. So it's like I was just avoiding it because I sucked at it. Okay, I need like some special training.
Yeah.
Because I'm like taller. Like maybe there's a posture. Like, I have to say, just ridiculous.
Human beings are weird. And yeah, it's so funny how we justify those kind of behaviors. And because it's so true. Like we apply our personal situation and assume that a blanket apply all is not even worth us trying. Like we just like poo-poo it before we even try it. But yeah. So what you're telling me is I'm not special, Charlie. That's good.
You're not. Neither am I. But we are at the same time. Don't misuse the context.
Hey, fellow business owner. If this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all, and you want to dive deeper into creating wealth inside and outside your business, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.